Waves crash hard, the shore don't break. Roots go deep, no storm can take. This land of ours where hearts ignite. Saipan stands holding tight. Tinian whispers, winds that heal. Roar rises, forged in steel. Island strong, we carry on. Through the dark, we find the dawn. Hold the line, we sing our song. Saipan, Tinian, Rota, island strong. Sky turns gray, but we don't fall. Towers crumble, we rebuild all. Sweat and tears, they mark the ground. Every loss, the strength we found. Mountains call, they stand so proud. Oceans roar, but we're not cowed. Island strong, we carry on. Through the dark, we find the dawn. Hold the line, we sing our song. Saipan, Tinian, Rota, island strong. Island strong, we carry on. Through the dark, we find the dawn. Hold the line, we sing our song. Saipan, Tinian, Rota, island
AP News. I'm Ed Donahue. At the State of the Union address tonight, House Speaker Mike Johnson says President Trump will say he has delivered on the economy.
We're putting more money back in your pockets. We're restoring peace through strength. We're defending our border and deporting criminal illegal aliens. We're standing up for American industry and manufacturing.
The speech is likely to be a test run of the message Republicans will give to voters in November for control of Congress. In the House, Massachusetts Democrat Jim McGovern says the president is sending the wrong message.
The facts are the facts. And the fact is that his economy sucks.
McGovern says the Trump economy is not working.
I spoke with people who are working hard and getting crushed. They're paying more for food, more for rent, more for utilities, more for health care. They're struggling, and they're watching Donald Trump pump the rich with more tax breaks, more giveaways to the billionaire Epstein class.
Some Democrats plan to boycott the speech. Forecasters say more snow is possible soon in the Northeast. Some places got as much as 3 feet of snow from this latest storm. Scott Freiberg lives in New York.
Just moved up here 3 years ago. It's been kind of cool. Like, I know my brother's in Boston. They're absolutely miserable, but you know, here you got people going to Central Park or Washington Square Park and having like a snowball fight. Like, people kind of embrace it, which is nice.
New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani is insisting schools there will reopen. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is pressuring Anthropic to give the military broader access to its artificial intelligence technology or lose its Pentagon contract. A source tells the AP Hegseth gave Anthropic CEO a Friday deadline to open its AI tech for unrestricted military use or risk losing its government contract. The former CEO of a San Francisco homeless services charity will face 9 felony charges after prosecutors say she stole more than $1.2 million in public funds meant to keep people off the streets. This is AP News. Waymo is expanding.
Waymo will begin dispatching its robo-taxis in 4 more U.S. cities to 10 major U.S. markets. The move into Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, and Orlando widens Waymo's early lead in autonomous driving, while rival services from Tesla and the Amazon-owned Zoox are still testing their robo-taxis. In contrast, Waymo's robotaxis have already been providing more than 400 weekly trips even before the new expansion. Those inroads prompted investors to value Waymo at $126 billion in a recent fundraising. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
French President Emmanuel Macron has accepted the resignation of the Louvre Museum's president. Laurence Descartes has been under fire in the wake of a stunning and embarrassing 8-minute-long heist of the French crown jewels in October. I'm Ed Donahue, AP News.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Hey bro, can I grab your bush?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Right on. Thanks, bro. Hey bro, can I grab your bush too?
Sure, bro. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold Bush, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive Bush gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your Bush, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Bush. Grab your Bush today.
If you think girls and women's equality matter, stand up. If girls and women's sports matter, and you want your daughters to have the same opportunity you had, stand up. If you know that it isn't fair or safe to allow males to compete in girls' sports, because it's, well, obvious, stand up. Don't be cowed by people who call you a bigot. You're not a bigot. Don't let men tell us how to be good girls. Don't let others tell you you just need to be quiet. Sit down. Be nice. It's not nice to further a lie. It's not mean to believe in women's equality. We deserve our own sports, privacy, fairness, safety. We deserve a chance to compete and win. So don't be nice. Don't be careful. Be honest. Be brave. Fight for women. We've come too far to give up now.
And if you agree with that, stand up and stand with us.
You owned your car for 4 years. You named it Brad. You loved Brad. And then you totaled him. You two had been through everything together. 2 boyfriends, 3 jobs. You're like, nothing can replace Brad. Then Liberty Mutual calls. And you break into your happy dance.
If you sign up for Better Car Replacement, we'll pay for a car that's a model year newer with 15,000 fewer miles than your old one. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Alarm clock bark, sky still gray, radio clicks on, static haze. Good morning, Marianas, in my face, Brad yelling, wake up, Saipan, no escape. Coffee burns my lip, he laughs in my kitchen, talks like he knows every bruise that I am in. Good morning, Marianas, rise up, Saipan, hearts on the harbor, headlines in his hand. Good morning, Marianas, live from the reef to the ridge, Brad with the weather, and a dare on the bridge. Traffic on Beach Road, kids half dressed. He jokes about rain and unpaid rent. Says call the show, tell me what you regret. Then plays our song like a second chance bet. He says, say your name, we say it like a prayer. Through busted speakers, we are almost there. Good morning, Marianas, rise up, Saipan. Shacks and condos, all sing with the fan. Good morning, Marianas, old scars, new daylight. Brad talks nonsense, somehow gets it right. Who is this voice in my cracked dashboard? Why does it feel like he is keeping score of every tired island soul dragged out of bed? Every maybe I will make it spinning in my head. Good morning, Marianas, rise up, Saipan. Bad roads, good stories, all part of the plan. Good morning, Marianas, yeah, shout it again. Brad says you are awake, so start living it then.
It's Good Morning Marianas. You missed all that, but it is Hump Day. And we are rocking and rolling here in the studio after a great show last night. We had Sip Happens, we had Rowena Ogo in here, we had Annalie Villagomez and PK Daigo talk about all kinds of stuff. The after conversations were even better. I got to tell you, it was so much fun hanging out with all those guys. Kind of late last night, and then they went off and did all their amazing things. We stuck around and got some work done for you guys. But anyway, good morning, Marianas. It is Wednesday, and it is windy. I'm telling you, windy is not just the app that people look to for weather, but we're going to have the real weather here for you in a second, and we're going to give you some updates on everything that's been happening here. Let you know about what happened yesterday. We were up there on Capitol Hill. Right now, though, it is really windy out there, guys. I'm telling you, when we left last night, it sounded like, I'll get out. hearing the wind rustle through the leaves of the palm fronds, and then even the ironwoods across the street. I'm like, what is it, raining? Where is that roar that's coming? No, that was just the wind rushing through last night. Currently it's 79 degrees up there at the Saipan International Airport, and it feels nice and cool. The humidity's at 69%. It hardly ever gets down into the 60s like that. It's crazy, but it feels good. We got a high surf advisory going all the way until 5 o'clock tonight. Also, a rip current statement that's going all the way till tonight at 5 o'clock as well. Coastal flood statements, though, wrapped up this morning. Actually, no, they started this morning. They're going to go until tomorrow night. How about that, folks? Also, that wind advisory is going to go all the way till 7 o'clock tonight. High surf warning going to be in effect all the way until tomorrow at 5 o'clock, too. These are new things that are continuing to come out on top of each other. But I'm looking right at them right here. We're looking at highs of today. We're looking at a high near 86. It's at gusts as high as 30 miles per hour, but I feel like it's got to be stronger than that. We're going to hear all about it here from our partner in crime from the island of Guam. He is going to be ready to go for us right now, and looking forward to having him on here. So let's just give him a call right now. He was ready. He had a little bit of a late start today too, but not too bad. He's good to go with us. So I'm excited about this. Landon Idlet is going to be with us here in just a moment, all the way from Guam. It's a regular Wednesday thing that we've got with him, where he's able to get in and help us out and give us updates on what's happening with our weather. So there it is. You can actually hear it ringing right now. We've been messaging back and forth. He was having some fun with the owl stuff too. But we're going to get to our headlines, but we got to get our weather update from the man, the myth, the legend himself before we get too late. So here we go. It gives me a chance to take another sip of coffee. Not sure what kind of liquid gold you guys are drinking. I got this, and what else you put into it. For me, it's just plain black coffee. Nothing crazy. I'm not sprinkling in any flavor. There's no Bailey's Irish cream till Sunday. And then we'll keep going. All right, we'll see. I probably called him like the moment he walked away from his desk. But no worry, he'll see that he'll probably end up calling us back. So what I did, I'm just going to call him right back. Anyhow, but what we can do for you is give you a couple of other updates while we're out there looking at the road right now, too. Because while it is busy, of course, now he's calling us right back. So let's do that. Let's get him on here. Let's call him and let's get him on and let's make that change. Can you hear us already?
I can hear you.
All right. Well, I got you, and you're on the tall version of the screen. There we go.
There we go.
I like it. The man, the myth, the legend. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard about him. You subscribe to his posts. You are on the mailing list. Once in a while, you'll receive a autographed calendar. But this is Landon Idlet. He's with us here. He's the meteorologist from the National Weather Service out of Guam, and he's going to let us know what the heck is going on out here. I'm telling you, it's windy.
Yeah. It is a raging weather day across the Mariana Islands. We got that shear line. We've been talking about it for over a week now, about this strong shear line that's going to be coming our way. And sure enough, it did come in force. Started dropping slowly through the CNMI back over the weekend, where y'all had some bouts of heavy showers and some gusty winds. But now those showers have dropped south of the CNMI. They're right over Rota and Guam. I'm going to turn my camera around right quick to see what I'm looking. But those showers and thunderstorms have dropped southward, south of Tinian and Saipan. Now it's over Rota and Guam, where we've been seeing quite a bit of showers across Guam and southern Guam, where we had some flood advisories overnight. I woke up to puddles of water on the floor in my bedroom because one of my windows faces right into the wind, so all that water's been coming in through the window. But quite a bit of slop out there across the southern Mariana Islands. But for the Saipan and Tinian, it is the winds, the seas, and the surf. That's going to be the big theme through today, tonight, tomorrow, and into the weekend, as those seas are choppy out there with their strong fetch of winds across much of the North Pacific. So we do have quite a number of advisories in play right now. If you go to our webpage, weather.gov/GUM, you will see our homepage is lit up with all kinds of colors and advisories. And so it's a long list. We have a high surf warning That's for 10 to 15-foot surf along east-facing reefs. These high surf warnings, we don't issue those too frequently because of those extreme conditions, but we are looking at the likelihood of 15-foot surf along east-facing reefs and exposure. So this is just a very dangerous situation. We usually issue those for like tropical cyclone events where the seas are really raging out there. But a surf warning for east-facing reefs, high surf advisory for 9 to 12-foot surf along north-facing reefs, strong rip currents, very dangerous rip currents out there along northeast, and east-facing reefs and exposures. Stay out of the water. Don't be out there in the first place. Those currents will be very dangerous. Coastal flood statement, that's for minor coastal flooding, especially along windward coastal areas where you have the low land areas or low roads. We could see some minor coastal flooding, especially during times of the reef and the beaches. Hazardous seas warning for 10 span seas, upgrade of our small craft advisory that we for Guam is for strong winds and very dangerous sea conditions, especially for smaller craft. So don't be out there in the water. Wind advisory for Tinian and Saipan through today and tonight. That's for east winds of 25 to 35 miles per hour sustained. So it's going to feel like a tropical depression out there, but this is not a tropical event. This is a shear line. But those winds will feel like a tropical depression with 25 to 35 mile per hour sustained, and those gusts upwards of 45 miles per hour. And so at the Saipan airport this morning, we've seen frequent gusts between 35 and 45 miles per hour at the Saipan airport. Similar conditions at Wireless Ridge. I'm going to turn my camera around to the other screen right quick. This is buoy right quick, but Wireless Ridge, they've been showing winds gusting up to 41 miles per hour. Ignore that temperature. We are not sitting at 90 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit. That is invalid temperature, but those winds, they are gusting across all of this, the Saipan, Tinian, and Rota, and the sea conditions. This is what we're talking about, those hazards. We saw the Ipan buoy, the wave heights really spiked overnight. We're looking at combined seas of around 12 to 13 feet across Guam, coastal waters, with a period of around 11 seconds. So we're going to expect a little bit higher seas if we had a buoy up there in Saipan, higher seas across Rota, Tinian, and Saipan with those stronger winds. But sea conditions are dangerous out there. Stay out of the waters. We've been saying for a couple of weeks now, when in doubt, don't go out. Don't become a statistic, because these are the conditions that make statistics. And there at our homepage, a plethora of advisories, watches, and statements in effect at this time with all of the hazardous conditions across the region. So it is a very tricky situation. The weather is not so bad across Saipan and Tinian with those showers mainly to your south, but those winds and seas, that is the big story as the shear line starts to pull its way around the area. But strong high pressure just pumping in those powerful trade winds across the North Pacific into the Mariana Islands. That's going to be sustained probably at least the next several days before things start to ease up just a little bit earlier next week. So it's going to be, again, not a good time for hairlines. If you stand into the wind, you're going to probably have a recession of about 1 or 2 inches. Political campaign signs, if there's any of those signs up across the region, some of the weaker ones could fall down to the stronger winds. I've saw a couple of campaign signs on Guam toppled over. So yeah, it doesn't look like you're going to be doing too well if you have a significant weather event and you're in office. So make sure those signs, those loose items, tents, canopies, and tarps are anchored or secured, because if they aren't anchored and secured right now, they're probably flapping around pretty solid now and for the next couple of days.
Well, we could tell that it's blowing down there too, because your hair's all messed up. But the conditions are pretty rough up here for sure. We've got blown around in the news van of Justice on the way home last night, and they're still pretty rough this morning. But it's also, while the temperatures aren't very off, I mean, it seems about the same. The humidity is so low. It was showing that 69% humidity outside, and it's so nice.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull up a frame just showing the atmospheric moisture. And that's a key point to you all in this, the CNMI, is that humidity is down quite a bit because you're now in a pool of drier air. So I'm going to turn my camera around real quick, showing that atmospheric moisture. Those yellows, those are, of course, the much drier air. We're going to zoom in. So we've had a lot of drier air coming in from the northeast with that shear line. You can see the plumes of moisture, the blue and the white, where it's very wet, heavier showers. We have a little bit of moisture across Guam, those heavier showers, very shallow. We're talking about not much higher than about 33 or 30,000 feet up into the atmosphere. In the wet season, we'll see the showers, they'll build vertically into the atmosphere upwards of 40, 50, 60,000 feet. That's where you get the really heavy showers, the thunderstorms, and heavier, more inclement weather and the flash flood potential. But this is much more shallow. So this is not much more than about 25 to 30,000 feet in the atmosphere and much drier across Saipan. So that's going to make your humidity a little bit lower, and it's going to feel a lot more comfortable out there, especially with the strong winds out there. So if you're going to be on the swimming on the west side, for example, again, stay out of the waters on the north and east. If you're going to be at Micro Beach, for example, it's probably fine right there close to shore, but watch out for currents, along shore currents and elsewhere. Don't go out in the water without a buddy or somewhere where there's a lifeguard watching you, because it's just too dangerous. But if you were to get in the water and you get out, it's going to feel quite chilly. For example, if you're at a swimming pool, it's going to feel chilly when you get out of those waters.
Swimming pool? What, like over there in Naganya?
Yeah, except that one. Just not that pool.
Well, we don't have, we have swimming pools at some houses, and we have swimming pools at some hotels, but our regular CNMI pool that we used to enjoy all the time up here in Saipan, it's been a long time. The thing is just a puddle of mess, so we don't have to worry about that. But getting out of the ocean.
And that happens.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah. Well, anyway, this stuff is just wild, this weather, and we're gonna get used to it and we're gonna get fine. But is this for the whole weekend? You think it's gonna pass us by?
Yeah, the worst conditions are going to be today and tonight, and then start to subside just a little bit as we go through Thursday into Friday. But it's still going to be breezy out there the next several days into the weekend. So we could see some hazardous conditions over on the surf. Seas will start to fall, surf will start to fall just a little bit, but we can still see hazardous conditions along the beaches and out of the coastal waters through the weekend as those winds prevail across the region. We could see a little shear line pulse push through this weekend that's going to sustain the conditions, but not quite as powerful and strong as this current shear line is that is pushing through.
I know that your message is getting across because I hear regular people in conversations talking about shear lines. And so it is definitely working. And when people are asking about the weather, I literally just wait while other people start to jump in just to hear what they have to say. And there you go. So keep getting that message out there. It is really great stuff. Hey, does all this extra wind have anything to do with all the woodwinds and the horn sections from the Tumon Bay Music Festival?
But I hope it's a great reason to come and visit the Tumon Bay Music Festival. We have the Marianas High School. We have a couple of groups from the Marianas High School that's coming down to Guam to participate in the festival. So we always look forward to having the Saipan folks come and represent the CNMI. So we're looking forward to kicking that off, the festival, day one tomorrow with the choir and the orchestra, or the choir festival. And then Saturday is going to be the soloists. Sunday is going to be the Jazz Rock and Beyond at the Micronesia Mall. And then Monday and Tuesday is my favorite, the bands and orchestras.
Wow. And what are you playing?
Nothing this year, because I might be in Saipan next week. So we'll have to see about that.
That'll be awesome. I don't know what your schedule is going to be like, but we definitely have a seat for it. I even have a big display over there onto the side, so we can have something. We can do it where you stand in front of it. We'll have some motion on that screen. You can say, well, you can see, Brad, the front's coming in over here, and we had a special request for you from Bruce Camacho. He sent me a link of a meteorologist working in all kinds of different lyrics for songs with a purpose. He's like, you should ask Landon if he could do this. I'm like, this might be your chance if you want to start putting that together.
I think I know the videos you're talking about. Somebody's been tagging me in some videos the last couple months about these lyrics. I'm going to have to dive down into that and see what I can figure out.
I'll forward you what I just got. I don't think it has to be this one in particular, but this guy, I've seen a bunch of his stuff before where he works it in. really subtle for some things, and then we'll put the clips up there and all that. I love those things.
Well,
That's cool.
Well, I'll see what I can do about it.
There we go again. By the way, those strong winds could be how that owl got here to the SEMA. I know you've seen it now. It looks like our logo is still there. It's a 24-hour owl logo. I didn't know you could do the temporary ones like that, so I'm like, I love this. I don't even have to change it out now. I'm just going to leave that in there. You saw that? Did you see the actual video?
Yeah, it's funny because just 2 weeks ago when I was in Japan, I went to a owl farm or owl zoo or something in Kamakura, Japan, and there were owls of all kinds of sizes in that facility. It was incredible. You could pet some of them. Other ones you wanted to watch out, especially when they start hissing at you. And some of them hissed at me. I don't know why. I'm usually a friendly person, so I don't know.
Wow.
But I like a good owl. They're amazing.
That's awesome. Well, we had one viewer who we bumped into yesterday. They're like, "Oh, I like what you did. You're making it like your eyes are everywhere." I'm like, "Well, that's great." It's not what I meant. Like, we don't have a real mascot. It's just, and if we did, it would probably be something from here too, right?
You know, the Weather Service has the mascot. It is an owl, and it's the Owly Skywarn. And so we've not ever had that mascot over here in Guam and CNMI, but it's more common and popular in some of the weather offices in the States, where they have people from regional and national headquarters come down in the costume to support different Weather Service events. So we'll have to see if we can get that mascot over here.
What's it called again?
Owly Skywarn. And let me see if I can find him on Google. All right, quick. But yeah, if you do a Google search, you'll find him in a heartbeat. Yeah, there you go. Oops, let me turn my camera around. There we go. Owly Skywarn.
I like it. Well, we'll get our own. It'll be a little different. It'll be more localized. And since I'm doing it, it'll be Howley Skywarn, and it'll be great. We'll have a great time with it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, Landon, thanks so much for the update. I know that the Tumon Bay Music Festival is going to be great. I know you're going to be there a bunch and supporting them.
Yep.
Thanks for providing us with that info about that too. Anything else? Before we go though. Anything else that you got going on with Tower for Humanity that you could share?
Yeah, we're going to be doing an event at the Anderson Air Force Base Elementary School. That's coming up next month. That's for the month of the military child. So we're going to be recognizing and celebrating military children for their contributions and sacrifices in their service to the parents who serve. Because the parents are, of course, known to be doing their work as service members, but the kids and the families, sometimes they struggle. Sometimes they have their hard times and difficulties moving from location to location and having difficulty finding friendships. So this really features the children of service members and their sacrifices to support the United States. And so we're going to do that with Anderson Elementary School next month. We're developing our plans for what we're going to build, and we might do a test tower of sorts for our 9/11 project in September. So we want to run some test scenarios and start running some numbers on inventory needs. I just put in a order for 10 cases of blocks out of, I think, Boston, Massachusetts. We're going to ship those over to my dad's, and then we'll hand carry them with luggage in the coming months.
Wow. Well, that's going to be amazing. That's going to be a lot of blocks and a lot of fun. And a lot of food that you guys are going to raise for Be Heartfelt. It's such a great program, and we're happy to support it from way out here by getting over there and checking it out, and looking forward to that again. And
well, we look forward to having you over again.
That'll be fun. And I'll tell you, you're right. I still I'm friends with a lot of kids who grew up to be adults. They were military brats, and they tell me the same thing, that they still hold on to those memories. The difficulty it is following your folks from base to base, especially for the career parents. And it's not easy.
Yeah.
Once you finally fit into a group, you're going somewhere else. And there's that bullying stuff that goes around trying to fit in while trying to get an education, all that other stuff. It's a different mix every place you go, all the different times. So, yeah, those military kids got it tough. It's not up to them. They just got to go along for the ride. So thanks for that. Thanks for supporting
that.
We
are looking forward to that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's why I stayed single the whole time I was in. Just to help the kids. All right. All right. Well,
help the kids.
Just for the kids, you got to take the kids first. All right, Landon, thanks so much. Have a great day. Thanks for the update, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week. I will chat with you offline on when we can get together. But in the meantime, stay out of the water. It is dangerous out there. Stay off the reefs on the east and north side, and hang tight. Things will start to improve as we get into the weekend.
All right, folks, you heard it live from the man himself, the meteorologist who gets it done for the National Weather Service out of Guam, Landon Idlet. Thanks so much, Landon. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
All right, folks. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a real quick break, and we'll bring you more about what's happening here locally after this. That was pretty smooth, right? Maybe? No? All right. We'll see you in a bit.
Shiny smiles all around, where happiness is found. It's the little things that make it true. Shiny smiles start with
They're friends and neighbors, sons, fathers. They're little league coaches and veterans. They're people who love this country. These are Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers. They are removing violent criminals from our streets and neighborhoods. It's dangerous and difficult work. But ICE has one mission: to make America a safer place to live. And that's what they're doing. This is law enforcement. This is ICE.
All right, welcome back, Marianas. It is 8:16 here on, oh my gosh, Wednesday. Can you believe it? I know, it's hump day already, and that's one of my favorite days of the week. Don't ask me why, though. Don't ask me why. But we can talk all about what's going on. But let's get down to the streets of Saipan and start talking a little bit of traffic so you can know if it's still safe to get out there. We already heard it's not a good idea to get out there on the water on a rough day like today. So let's find out how the roads are treating folks around the Marianas right now. And they're looking pretty good at 8:17 in the morning here. And it is looking actually mighty fine. Even over there at Shell Dan, which can always be a problematic spot. And over there by the college, it's looking mighty fine. By the intersection that matters, at the place where connections matter, IT&E, everything's looking pretty good. Just some folks over there stuck at the old stoplight of Justice. Well, I don't know if anyone calls it that. Over there by the post office, you got a little congestion. Things looking good over there by Hopwood as well. We're going to take a look around the Back Island Road. You can see there's a little bit of a holdup as people are making their way up the hill in the San Vicente by the old roundhouse. You remember that thing? Remember when that used to be out there before the road construction went through and made it all fancy and stuff? I know. I missed it too. All right. Well, anyway, Everything going through Puerto Rico looks good too, and today's going to be a big day in Puerto Rico because Atkins Kroll is going to be having a big event, and we're going to be there for it. Can't wait to share it with you. A little bit of congestion over there by the museum as well. We're taking that double-barrel look at Beach Road and Middle Road right now, and you can see that there is some traffic going down through Gualo Rye, but not too bad. And folks starting to pile up over there by the Quartermaster intersections on Beach Road and on Middle Road. But other than that, traffic looking pretty good, but not as good as you're going to look behind the wheel of your new Toyota from Atkins Kroll. You know, they've got great down payments available for you. $399 just for a Corolla? Are you kidding me? And how about a Camry? Camrys are pretty good too. Look, $699 required now. Now, these are, of course, there are some conditions that apply, but it depends on who you are. Doesn't matter how fancy you're going to look, though, once you get behind the wheel of your vehicle. Look at that, even down payment assistance if you want to get yourself a new Toyota Tacoma. My goodness, you can bring Chris Tomakane's city right into your vehicle's driveway. That's right, it's a Tacoma. Anyway, we're going to be there at Toyota today to show you all the cool new things that they're going to be featuring. And I'm excited about it because it's a big event. We don't have all kinds of cool new events that are happening all the time here, but they are going to be happening today at AK. We also have a great marketing meeting with our friends over there at Paradise Dental Spa. I'm looking forward to seeing them. And by the way, they would look forward to seeing you. Give them a call at 234-4040, 234-4040. Paradise Dental Spa, they make your turn into It's true. That's their unofficial slogan. It's not their official one. Yeah. Hey, Caleb, thanks. That is a temporary logo, but I appreciate it. We want to have a little fun, take a little bit of advantage of the owl situation happening here. And we've had a lot of fun with it so far, joking with our friends and stuff like that. Man. And last night on the show, on Sip Happens, I might pull up the clip and show you some of the owl fun that we had toward the end of it. Like right after the show, Annalie Villagomez was streaming and we had a little bit of fun. And they were having more fun than I could. I gave up drinking for Lent, but everybody's giving up something. And you know, one of the things about Lent is the Lenten season, you don't eat meat on Fridays. So what are you going to do? You got to eat something. Well, the good folks over at Surf Club have you covered. They've got Lent specials available today, and you can fast with them the whole Lenten season. You can try their fish and chips. It's got crispy, golden, perfectly seasoned local style escabeche. They've got fresh fish topped with their local flavorful island style sauce. And you can go and check out more of what they're serving. But even better, give them a call at 235-1122. You can make takeout orders or you can dine in. You can check out everything that they've got on their social media pages. And you can find out all about their promotions and updates. They've got fresh flavors, island favorites, and Lenten goodness over there at Surf Club. You know where they are. They're right behind the Surf Rider Hotel in CK. Right behind Great Harvest in CK, right next to Seaside Homes or Sandy Beach Homes that are right there. It's a great spot. They've got the best happy hour, sunset. Oh man, I'm telling you, it is such a great spot. Go down there and check them out and give them a call. 235-1122. They got you covered for Lent. And you know, I got to stick with it. I can't break. Although I'll tell you what, last night they had wine, there's beverages available, and I was just sitting on the sidelines thinking, oh, those are my friends having fun. All right. Well, anyway, let's get into some of the stories that we've got going on today. And you can find all these stories over at nminewsservice.com. nminewsservice.com is where we post all the news stuff. If you haven't followed it already, you can. And if you don't have social media, it's a great place where you can actually see what's going on with our program, too. A lot of people who don't have Facebook, Instagram, and all that other stuff. You can watch our show live on the website every single day. So here are some of the headlines that we've got. The State of the Union. President Trump is going to be delivering the State of the Union today. For us in the Marianas, it's going to be at 11 o'clock, and we're going to bring you all the highlights and all that stuff afterwards. It'll be one of the big stories that we knock out today. But also while that's happening, that's going to be while we're going to be at AK, so we're not going to be able to bring it to you. Normally we would, but today Atkins Kroll is going to have their big thing. We want to be there for them. We already talked about the Tumambe Musical Festival that's kicking off this week that we heard from Landon. That's available too. We heard about the weather. But the big thing is that we're still waiting from something from the governor's office. Now, this is funny. We'll give you, what we've got on it. But, understandable, this is the thing. Like, it's easy. You can write a story any way you want. Do you want to pile on, and try to, browbeat somebody? No, the answer is no. At least when we saw the governor yesterday, we went to the governor's office to try to get some clarification about, like, what the heck's going on. We haven't received anything yet, so what are we going to get something on this? And they said, hey, really, it's just busy. Like, from meeting to meeting to meeting, the governor just has stuff happening. And so he was unable to get us that update. Now, is that frustrating? Yeah, for a media guy, of course. Like, we want to hear more about it. We want to put the word out. But compounding the issue is that it's not Governor Appletang's media team that's handling communications right now. It's the lieutenant governor's media team that's pumping everything out. And we haven't got anything pumped out. And that's what we're asking about. Like, hey, is this coming out? They're like, hey, we haven't been told to draft anything yet. So we're waiting on that, and so we might find ourselves back up there again today to try to do it, because we're waiting for an official statement. Now, what we were told is basically from the Governor Appletang's team is that they're not really putting that stuff out. Like, and they are kind of like on the sidelines right now, while the lieutenant governor, the acting governor's team, is the one who's doing it right now. And they're thinking that that part of the team is not able to put stuff out, or they're not putting stuff out probably until the governor gets back, and then they're running the show again. So that's what's happening up on Capitol Hill. We had a long conversation with folks up there, and multiple conversations with multiple folks up there. There's a lot of different people talking about what's happening, and it's when there's not information, when there's a vacuum for information is when that's when these rumors get oxygen. That's how they're able to take off. And that's what's happening. So waiting on the official statements, the governor and the acting governor, they don't write their own press releases. They have people doing it, then they'll edit it, or their chiefs of staff will go over those things and make those determinations about, how that stuff happens. So, but, nothing's been drafted, at least according to those folks who normally do those draftings. So has that changed since yesterday afternoon? Who knows? We are 12 hours later, plus, well, let's call it 18 hours later. So maybe we'll find out if anything new is going on. But we're going to keep following the stories, because just like we're getting all sorts of information that comes in that talks about next steps, other things that are looking at doing. And we got some warnings saying, hey, you might not want to pull this thread. You might not want to find out all the other stuff that's happening. Well, I do. I absolutely want to find out the other stuff that's happening, and I'm sure you do too. The big key on this whole thing is that this is for you. We vote for people to run our government, and that's it. And then there's a certain amount of responsibility that they have to keep us in the loop of everything. So that's just it. It's not comfortable all the time. A lot of times it is uncomfortable to have to get pressed and get those emails and get those requests coming for statements and all that stuff. Yeah, it's not comfortable all the time. I know it. I've been on both sides of it. I've been answering questions for the administration, not this one, but previous, and for other executive level folks, and also for legislature folks, and getting those questions can be a little rough sometimes. And the main thing is that it's a lot easier to deal with if the reporters aren't professional, because then you can take a step back and say, hey, slow your roll. But that's our role out here, is to make sure that we continue to press in a professional way. I mean, it's funny. That's almost why it should be the press. Yeah, they should call it the press for that. Chris says, that's the whole reason for the news, to pull the threads to unravel information about out to the public. You're 100% right. That's exactly it. And that's why we're continuing to ask those questions. And people just on Capitol Hill in general are not really anxious to, they don't want to share about everything that's happening right now, because with those two people who were dismissed, they don't feel too comfortable about, whether or not they're going to still have a job if they start chatting about all this other stuff. So there is stuff happening, and we're going to continue to be there and be present and maybe be a pain, but like a professional pain. I'm sure folks would rather not have repeated questions about getting stuff out, because it's a reminder of stuff that they have to do, and while they still have other stuff to do. But that's why you got to stay on top of it. You have to feed that beast so you can move on to knock out the other stuff. Not answering things is not an answer, right? It's not an answer. So that's it. That's where we're at on this one. But the other thing is, like we mentioned, now in the story, is that Governor Apateng's team is not the one who's doing the media right now. Says, I gave up on being the bigger person. Do you want to send me to be the pain? Hey, I'll tell you, I still go there. Hashtag Lent. That's great. No, I mean, like, I'm still going there. I'm still going to be that presence there. And I don't have a problem doing that at all, and doing it in the right way, and doing it for the right reasons. That's it. Oh, come on. This is even better. Chris Tomacani says, every rose has its thorn, right? That's right. We're going to be singing Poison lyrics here pretty soon. But that's the story right now. The story is that we just haven't received anything yet, and that there's a little bit of a disruption in the way things normally flow at the governor's office, as far as information is concerned, at the very least. And other folks in other divisions and other places are saying that they don't feel super comfortable about talking about anything right now because of everything that's happening. And we received a list, it's non-verified, of other people who were supposedly the next people to go. So we're going to find out a lot more when the governor gets back. In fact, because some of the phrasing that we got yesterday too, that we're going to find out if some of these things are going to be overturned when the governor gets back. Like, that's one of the big questions. What's going on? What is the? I mean, you take some of this stuff, you got to take people at their word. You got to trust people at some level, but you still got to keep asking. What is Ronald Reagan said, trust but verify? I mean, that's what it is. So, that's one of the big questions is, is Governor Apateng up on all this stuff? Was this really at his direction? Where did this come from? And again, more context for some of this. So, all right. Annie Sablon, good morning. Great to see you. In fact, this is a good opportunity for me to say hi to all you guys out there. Frank Rasa Sr. out there. Good morning. Great to see you. Good morning, Ignacio de la Cruz. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Of course, Chris Tomacani and Saipan Nenny out there. Thanks for joining us today as well. Caleb, great to see you as well. Donna Crum in the house. Talk about daily coffee joy. Man, I'll tell you what, that is great. Oh, we got a call coming in. Hold on. Hoffa on Tyrol. Thanks for calling the show. Who's this?
Oh, this is David Evangelista from Tinian again.
Yes, David. How are you?
Tinian, yeah. How you doing, Brad?
Just hanging in there like the rest of us. What's shaking?
Yeah. You have to just stay dry these days because it's monsoon rain, yeah?
Yeah, we're not getting a whole lot of rain right now, but we are definitely getting a lot of wind. How's it going over across by you guys?
Oh, yeah, it's, a lot of erosion, and it's really wear out, and it's kind of like drying up, and it's really nice out now. It's not raining. It's just, windy and very nice weather outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what's on your mind this morning?
Well, I'd like to chime in a little bit on you just saying that when the, Governor Apateng comes back, it might be an overturn. regarding those removal from office.
Maybe, but I'm not sure. I mean, we won't know, but we heard that was part of the conversation where they said they don't know either.
Oh well, let me give you an insight a little bit, Brad, regarding that. I used to work for the legislature,
Mm-hmm.
for almost 4 years, and being the former advisory board, I transferred up there so that the Sinamay government can save money instead of sending me back and forth throughout the duration of my tenure during term on the advisory board. Well, I doubted that that will be overturned. It's cost without cost, and there is a very drastic thing that happened, and I hope that things are being, laid out in a very balanced and fair treatment for everyone. But in politics, Brad, when you sign up for something and it's cost without cost, and regardless of what, the law and the policies, it states already that you'll be removed as the subject of the pleasure of the person who appointed you or who hired you,
Mm-hmm.
So when you have this, they called majority, in the Senate, remember that they're proving when they appoint somebody and you have somebody there at the legislature that does the confirmation hearing, it could be rejected no matter how you appoint them back.
Right.
So, and also we have this thing, it's called override, even though the governor vetoes it, So there's a balance of power here, and the power remains at where the majority is at the Senate, So regardless who you appoint, you want to appoint that person back, and the power is just, there. They don't want that person.
I got a question for you, Dave. We were looking in the comment section and following all this, and I saw a really interesting idea that somebody posted. They said, "Hey, you've got, because it's just what you were talking about. You've got when the governor appoints somebody to one of those positions, they got to go through the confirmation process through the Senate. Well, how about if they're going to remove that person?" They said we should change it to where that's got to go through the Senate also. What do you think about that?
I think it all depends how they want how the law is written by them, because they're the one that's writing up drafting bills to be passed, right? So at any given moment, they could come up with a bill and amend the law and follow what the it depends on the legal counsel. If it's legal, you have to go through those legalities, and then you implement those amendments into changing the current law.
Oh yeah, this was just an idea that somebody floated in the comment section.
Oh well, it could be removed. It could be removed, it could be rejected by the Senate. It could also be approved by the confirmation hearing at the Senate.
It's an interesting.
It all depends, Brad. If they got approved and everything, and then later on something pops up on his record through the AG's office, and the AG makes a strong recommendation that legally he cannot be doing that kind of job due to his past criminal offense or whatnot, that will, and then it's always been scrutinized before. I used to work for Senator Cruz, the government investigation and confirmation, handling the appointment, and I received a lot of their packages, and I reviewed them and I handed over to the secretary, and I noted down into the computer that it's in there and all of their credentials are there and are on that, and then later on. The public will call in and say, "Oh, this person does this, does that," and then you have to prove it, beyond what they're saying, and put in records and videos and whatnot. And then if that during the confirmation hearing, and there's a lot of opposition, and it will go subject for for more investigation, and they will hold that appointment. That's how I interpret it, Brad. I stand corrected if not. If it doesn't make sense for the public, but usually those things, it's politics, you know. It goes straight in. You did something that they didn't like, and something must have arose within the political system, because it's all about numbers, Brad. No matter how your ideas and platform out here in the political system, in the modern, especially in the modern politics, it's always all about the number.
Hey, I got a quick question for you, Dave. You don't have to. Don't feel pressured on this
But
one.
you gotta give the audience and other people to come in and make comments and whatnot. I'm gonna let you go. And good morning, Marianas, and I'm wishing everybody to please stay dry, drive safe out there. It's it's wet, and everybody's running into the general election and getting things done. And people are moving 100 million miles an hour every day now. So stay safe out there, Marianas.
Hey, Dave, who's running for mayor? You got, I think there's 2 candidates, right? Already?
Yeah, Antonio San Nicolas Borja. Antonio Borja San Nicolas, better known, a.k.a. known as Friday. He's a former congressman up in here in the CNMI from Tinian. And Patrick, they're going to go into primary here in April soon. So,
same party.
Yeah, they're the same party, and they will be going up against a primary to see. So whoever wins the primary will follow suit, and the slate is probably already in hand. And Chairman Councilman Mr. Joseph Santos, he's a veteran, a former Army retired. He's seeking for a congressman seat, congressional seat, House of Representatives seat.
Is he with the Republicans?
Yeah. Right now, he's been he's a councilman chairman. It's a nonpartisan, but you know how it is, Brad. Where the majority votes are, you're heading towards there. You feel me? Like you gotta be check and balance and look where you're gonna go. Like for example, Kimberly King Hines, our congresswoman, she's really knocking things out right now. Getting the veterans straightened out, making the Coast Guard more present for future, security here in the Indo-Pacific. And there's other activities that Kimberly King Hines is really knocking on, like especially the scholarship, knocking on businesses to thrive and how to cut red tapes. If you really cash in and really focus into Kimberly King Hines' page and follow, you will not be diluted or convoluted with information out there regarding what is really reliable source and what to expect in the upcoming month or year. Because she's running 100 million miles an hour too, Brad. You have a 2-year term, and it's a rush hour when you cannot really get things done in 2 years. Because usually in the first 3-6 months, you train the staff, where to go, who to talk to, all the proper agencies, and how to execute, making sure that we get the message across our people that you represent. Unlike here on Tinian, they don't have any feedback, Like, where do we stand on like, for example, and I will go over and over, the track and field. Well, what's the story there? Let the people know. I mean, there's social media, but how about you call a town hall meeting like Mayor Arby's doing? Informing the people, not just social media. Not so many people are on social tech, or tech savvy like that. But if we bring the people together where it's such a tight-knit committee, it could be easily finessed and more beautified, like, so that we can move on with, like Lieutenant Governor Dennis Mindela, not just tourism, but let's shift into another industry, It's worth a try for another industry.
Well,
and that's how we attract more people coming in,
We haven't heard a lot about Zoe Motors lately, but you remember hearing about them already?
Yeah, the electrical vehicles.
Yeah, and
yeah,
so
I think that will put in some. Well, Brad, yeah, that's another thing. When we look at it, you're gonna put up a plug, an outlet when you have it where do you power up from solar, or are you going to go grab it from CUC? Because the light is so expensive these days. CUC is insane, Brad. It's a highway robbery, just like the gas station.
yeah, but at least they
So we have to take
have
those
the
into consideration, you know?
yeah, but at least the actual gas stations are on the highway. So, hey, I'll tell you what though. Did you see? Hey, real quick, I'll ask you this one's specifically about Tinian though. Did you see that you had a couple of heavyweights that showed up yesterday? You had the Undersecretary of the Navy, and you had the commander for Joint Region Marianas. They both flew into Tinian yesterday and met with.
Of course, Brad. I caught it during. I was up in Carolinas, and I caught them creeping in. Oh my God! They came in with a. Dude, I'm telling you, all I heard it was a helicopter just roaring like power, you know, going fast, and it just like makes a turn right on top of me. And I was like, I took a video of it, and I took pictures of it, and I zoomed in, and I go, whoa, we have a visitor, you know, I mean, a top-notch visitor, you know. And I can tell it. So I start searching, going online, and then looking what's happening around cinema and all that. And I cashed in and to Kimberly King Hines of what's happening, and I got it from there. That's the guy. Yeah, he flew in. It's more than heavyweights. You know, all the bigwigs are in. You know, looking at the divert airfield, making sure that we're ready. You know, already they're powering up, going online on the main pump to pump the fuel line. So that's happening right now, Brad, and a lot of things happening. The only thing is the contractors that we have out here. That's more interesting. We don't have the them employing local citizens, not that much, and each contractors. In every business that we have, it's only maybe out of all they hire, it's only probably 2 or 3 people on that contractor. So hopefully the contractors and Kimberly King Hines can reach out to these contractors out here and hire all local U.S. citizens and have the job training on site, so that we could be qualified for those jobs. Get certification on driving trucks and whatnot. All right, Brad, I'll let you go. It's nice weather out, and stay safe, CNMI.
You too. Thanks for the call, Dave. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, is there any other question that you want me to answer? And I stand corrected, throughout the CNMI if I tell you the wrong. But yes.
Yeah, I have the most important question for you. This is super important for Tinian. Where can I get the best empanada in Tinian?
Oh, well, Brad, let me tell you. You can get the best empanada on Tinian. Almost. There's just 3-4 vendors that I know. Mm-hmm. And this is business, and I cannot say this one is better or that one is better. It all depends when you wake up in the morning and what you feel like eating, right?
Uh-huh.
And what teacher you like. Because, you could be eating beef empanada every day, and you say, yeah, that is fun every time. But there's always something up, man. When I go to a store or somebody just come by, roll by, and like, hey, try this. I go, man, where did you get this? So I would check that individual that's a housemate, they do have license, and they put them at the store. But you could go to Tana's, her name is Tana Cruz. She makes great empanada. You could go over to, what do you call this, Bing's? It's called Bing's, empanada. Raises. Man, she has a good empanada every morning, and it's still hot. You got to catch it early morning, like
crispy
6:30.
And crispy?
Oh, my God. You name it, you got it. It just takes you out there.
All right.
Yeah. And there's other areas, other people that they'll put in this, what do you call this, Brad? They'll put this eggplant. And then they'll put this, they'll stir-fry this fish. It's like sardines, and they put these vegetables in there. And oh, my God, it's just, and they have this curry thing, too. So there's 2-3 types of empanadas that if you ever want, Brad. There's this like soft one, and then there's this crispy one, and there's this orange one that's like, man, it's oily, but you can eat like 8 or 9 of them.
Whoa. I probably could.
And it's crispy.
Woo. All right.
After that, probably after an hour or 2, you got to go running.
If I could even stay awake. That'd be great.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. You do that.
Hey,
You're a good guy.
Hey, thanks, Dave. Really appreciate it. Have a great day. Thanks for your call.
You have a great one too, and we'll see what's going on in our political arena, and let's have high hopes. And Lieutenant Governor, if you hear me, I think you're running into the right path and mowing the way for our future generations. And I applaud you for making those great actions where you hold people accountable if they're not doing their proper job, especially on the federal side. We need to take a look at this and have a fairness in this federal program throughout this CNMI. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.
All right, God
bless
bless
the
you.
United States of America and our troops. Please support our troops. When you see an American citizen out there or any ethnicity, say you support them, especially our islanders. Stay safe, CNMI.
And God, thank you. Thanks, Dave. Have a great day.
You too, sir.
All right. So that's Dave Evangelista from the island of Tinian giving us a call. All right, folks, we're going to take a short break, but this break is just to get you the latest headlines from the Associated Press. Hey, Candid News is in the house. Brother Troy, great to see you. He has been all over it the last few days, too. All right, PJ, great to see you this morning, too. Well, hey, we're not going anywhere. We are giving you a news break, though, here at 8:49 in the morning. Here. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. I want to give it to you this way. ITN News Time, 8:49. Here you go. Here's the latest update from the Associated Press.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. President Trump will deliver the first State of the Union of his second term to a joint session of Congress tonight. Sagar Magani has a preview.
6 weeks after being sworn in a year ago, the president addressed lawmakers for what wasn't technically a State of the Union for a record 100 minutes. This time,
it's going to be a long speech because we have so much to talk about.
He's trying to pitch voters on keeping GOP majorities in November's midterm elections, focused on the economy. But polling shows many Americans are not happy with his handling of the economy, with prices still high. Top House Democrat Hakeem Jeffries says the president can come to the Capitol and spin the State of the Union however he wants.
It's a disaster.
Some Democrats plan to skip the speech. Jeffries says he will be in the House chamber, which he says is our house, not the president's.
You don't let anyone ever run you off of your block.
Sagar Magani, Washington.
The latest gauge of consumer confidence shows improvement, the Conference Board's index rising to 91.2. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth pressuring the company Anthropic. Ed Donahue has details.
A source tells the AP Hegseth gave Anthropic CEO a Friday deadline to open its AI tech for unrestricted military use or risk losing its government contract. The company makes the chatbot Claude and remains the last of its peers to not supply its technology to a new U.S. military internal network. I'm Ed Donahue.
FedEx has joined other U.S. companies suing the government for a full refund of tariffs it's paid, this after the Supreme Court ruled them illegal. Warner Brothers Discovery is reviewing a new takeover offer from Paramount. However, its board still recommending the company's deal with Netflix. On Wall Street, stocks rebounded. The S&P and the Dow each climbed about 0.8%. The Nasdaq gained about 1%. This is AP News. A day for digging out in the Northeast. Kimberly Crucy filed this report from Providence, Rhode Island.
Yesterday, the state received a historic 37 plus inches of snow throughout the state. And like a lot of people, I spent yesterday mostly inside, just watching the blizzard take over my city and most of the state. But today, there's a little bit more activity as people are trying to dig their way out of the snow. There are plows all around, trying not to get stuck in the snow as they try to clear streets. There are so many people out with shovels clearing sidewalks and digging out their cars, but a lot of businesses are closed. I trekked out to several Dunkin' Donuts on foot and I was somewhat surprised to see they were still closed, but I know a lot of businesses will be back open tomorrow. A lot of people that I've been talking to today say, they don't expect this to be every year, but it is kind of cool that it happened this year.
There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
If you see something, say something.
and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care. Are you or someone you know living with a mental illness? Have you experienced abuse or neglect, denial of services, or discrimination because of a mental illness or disability? You have rights. NM Posse is the Northern Marianas Protection and Advocacy Systems Incorporated, and we're here for you. Individuals diagnosed with mental illness have human, civil, and legal rights under federal and local law. No one should be mistreated, denied services, or discriminated against because of a disability. NM Posse's PIME program provides protection and advocacy for individuals with mental illness and provides information about your rights, advocacy and assistance for eligible individuals, and support in cases involving abuse, neglect, or discrimination. Services are confidential and provided at no cost to eligible individuals. To learn more, call NM Posse today at 670-235-7273 or 7274 or email gborja@nmposse.org.
Wake up, sunshine, it's a brand new day. Brad's got the stories that'll light your way. Take a smile on his face, he's ready to share. Good morning, Marianas, feel the love in the air. Good morning, Marianas, come join the fun. Together we'll shine like the morning sun.
The waves crashing in, hear the oceans call. Brad brings the news that connects us all. From the islands to the world, those kind of wish. Good morning, Marianas, the best time of year.
Good morning, Marianas, let's start the day. With laughter and stories, come what may.
All right, welcome back, Marianas. It is 8:55 in the morning. There's not a whole lot of show left because we've got a lot going on this morning. We're going to we do have some updates that we're going to be posting on the website, and we'll get to post all these things up on the socials and all that, so that part's fun. However, you're right, just saw your message that, hey, do we have an update yet? The answer is no, we don't yet have an update from the governor's office. But hey, it's only 9 o'clock, and it's only 2 days later. We'll figure it out. But we'll get it soon. What was surprising to me, though, is when I woke up and I saw Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather are gonna fight again this year? Oh my gosh. Like, come on. Like, I like watching old people fight as much as the next guy. But come on, man. Like, I think at a certain, like, it's not like they're just like in their 40s, right? I mean, like, how old? In fact, maybe that's what we really need to do. That's what America needs right now. We need to find out. We'll talk to AI and find out just what the heck is going on, because I think it's nuts that these guys would actually be going for it. Do I even have it on here, though? I do. Here, let's do it. Good morning, Gemini.
Good morning. How can I help you today?
Well, first of all, you're live with all of us here on Good Morning Marianas. How do you like that?
That's wonderful. It's a pleasure to be speaking with everyone on Good Morning Mariana. Is there something specific you'd like to chat about?
Yeah, so the big thing is we saw that Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather are going to be fighting again. Do you have any details?
Yes, that's right. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao are set for a rematch. It's scheduled for September 19th in Las Vegas and will be streamed live on Netflix. Their first fight was way back in 2015. Are you looking forward to it?
I don't think so, but how old are they?
Floyd Mayweather is 49 years old, and Manny Pacquiao is 47. They're both getting up there in years for professional boxing.
Yeah, do you think there should be some kind of cruelty to old people that would prevent this fight from going off?
That's an interesting question. While there are certainly considerations for fighter safety and regulations in combat sports, the decision to fight is typically personal and made with medical clearance. Concerns about cruelty would likely be addressed through commissions and professional boxing standards that prioritize health. Is there a specific concern you have?
No, but who would win a fight between Gemini and ChatGPT?
That's a fun thought. Since we're both AI, a fight would probably be more about capabilities and performance. I focus on providing comprehensive, up-to-date information and clear responses, while ChatGPT has its own strengths. It really depends on what you consider winning.
Well, I think it would be like Ultron and Jarvis.
That's a creative analogy. Hopefully without the same conflict, though. In the end, our purpose is to be helpful and informative, not competing in a destructive way.
All right. Hey, I'm going to go. Thanks. But just funny enough, type in any comment. I watched my 53-year-old uncle fight a few weeks ago. Slowest punches I've ever seen in my life. Oh, my goodness. Well, I think that's a perfect way to wrap up the show. Chatting with AI about AI fights, and Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather are going to be streamed live on Netflix September 19th. I can't believe they're fighting 11 years later. I just, wow. Just wow. You know why they're fighting. It's because money. I'm sure millions of dollars. I know a lot of people are going to want to watch it. I'm going to watch it for sure. But I was so disappointed the first time they fought because it was like a hugging match. And, hey, you know, it worked. I love it. Chris says, hey, bro, ChatGPT might end up taking your job. Hey, it might. You never know. But we got to find out if they're actually going to be fun AIs to watch. Like, I don't know. We can have a whole show based on AI, chatting with all the different ones. Because I've done it. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. All right, guys, that's going to wrap us up for today. We are going to bring you updates when they come. I keep checking the email, and I'm not getting anything. And, you know, by the way, this will be the last little thing about this until we get the update from the governor's office. But, you know, we mentioned that the governor's media team is not the one who is doing communications now. Now it's under the acting governor / lieutenant governor's media team that's handling it. But we haven't gotten anything from the governor's trip to Washington, D.C. And right now, the governor's in Hawaii meeting with folks as well. And we're not hearing anything about that either. All the stuff all the reporting that you got from us was the stuff that we ended up getting from Guam because their governor is going through the same thing. Meeting with the same folks. They don't have 902, but the IGIA and meeting with other leaders and all this other stuff. They were doing it. And we got information. There's a real disconnect. So hopefully we'll be able to get something off of that today. All right, guys, you'll see us live again from the Toyota dealership, and hopefully they're not playing music that's going to get us dinged again. Last time they did, when they opened up the dealership, we ended up getting dinged with the copyright stuff because of all the cool music that they had. Hopefully that won't be the case today. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't already, give today's broadcast a like, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook, or if you're watching on the website. Give us a like. If you haven't followed us already, please do, on Facebook, on Instagram. We're on TikTok now. We just started, literally just started this week. And so I got to get into the rhythm of posting over there as well. And then also we've got the YouTube. If you haven't, we have so many followers over here on Facebook side, which is great. Thank you very much. But we need to get we need to really get that bumped up on the YouTube side. I know a lot of you guys are watching today on YouTube as well. So please follow us over there if you haven't already. Please subscribe. Please like and subscribe. All right, that's what we've got for you. Thank you. Thank you for your information. Thank you for your news tips. Thanks for your videos, your photos, your comments, your documents. You are what makes this thing work. Free, independent press. It's right here on the NMI News Service. Thanks, folks. We'll see you again. We'll see you this afternoon or this morning, but we'll see you again tomorrow morning with Good Morning Marianas. Take care.